Welcome to JB Trio Podcast, Season 8, Episode 8. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris, we'll do it again with Massey.
Mark, the Ancient Warrior Merchant.
Lame.
All right. So, Season 8, Episode 8. We are officially in the playoff for the summer. We've got a lot to discuss about what had happened. The first thing, yes, unfortunately, Chris choked again.
Okay. I don't think choked. I wasted my good game on my post bowl. I wasted my good games.
That's what it was. I was wondering what their excuse was going to be. I thought maybe you were going to say it was the 7-10 split that ripped you off, or because you left what, 1 or 2 7-10 splits? Three. Oh my God. So yeah, I thought it was going to be maybe the 7-10 splits, or maybe Ron was celebrating a little too much.
No, I think my lanes had an A's limit, and Mark and Ron just met it, where they were so old that they threw the ball just right, just slow enough, above 10 miles an hour, just to strike.
Oh, I thought you were going to blame the other Chris.
No, Chris held me up. He beat me series.
Oh, did he? Oh. So
Yeah,
you were the
yeah.
low man on the pair?
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh, jeez.
I was
Well. So you're saying you shot your wad in the first set because you bowled
I
2
was throwing
sets.
dimes. I was shooting great. Mark just, I don't know. Mark,
You were shooting like crap.
no, I was shooting great. And then Mark just like, you know what? I gotta kick my little arthritis up in gear, and then boom, start striking.
I thought there was a point where you guys could have taken over and had the momentum. I know it was a heartbreaker losing that first game when you guys had the lead. Mark come back and beat you guys.
He barely lost. We lost like 7 pins.
And then the second game, you guys start out, you got a 5-bagger, and Chris has got a good start, at least with the turkey. And you guys got this, build up this huge lead. I thought, okay, this is where Chris's team takes over. And then you guys start falling off. And then Mark comes up with a 4-bagger. Ron comes up with a 5-bagger his own. And then they strike out and come back and beat you guys in the second game.
Not Ron. I beat Ron that game. I beat Ron.
Oh, yeah, you did beat Ron. All right, I'll give you that. But Mark single-handedly come back and won and beat you guys.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Mark's arthritis kicked in. His arthritis kicked in and started bowling better.
Well, so Mark, you guys are sitting pretty. You guys have made it to the playoff, but an unexpected opponent. We were not ready for you guys to hold the team.
They suck.
I don't think so. What do you guys think of it? You guys are bowling here for beer.
That's the, I think that's the second.
Wait, here for beer? Oh, I thought you were talking about Pin Pals.
No, they're bowling here for beer.
Oh, okay, that's a whole different game. That's a whole different game.
Yeah. Because
Here for beer, yeah.
Pin Pals actually bowled so good against the wives, which we'll get into here in a minute, that they ended up leapfrogging. We got dropped, and here for beer, they leapfrogged. We got dropped by 1 point, which is amazing when I tell you how we got dropped dead here in a second. So Pin Pals is in second. We got dropped in third, so they'll bowl each other. And Mark's team, who's in first, will bowl here for beer, which is Mike Wang and Jose Beltre, the baseball player, for the first round, which is probably something that, even though they spoiled you, Chris, and knocked you out, it's probably something they might regret, that they shouldn't have beat you guys down so much, because instead of bowling you in the first round, now they got to bowl here for beer.
Yeah.
So they could have been bowling you guys if they had let you guys win. But no, here for beer is who they're bowling.
Yeah, just think if you didn't vote in the sweeper, vote against the sweeper week, you guys would have been in the roll-off.
No. I think you told Ron the third game we could have. I'm like, Ron, just fucking gutter. Just give us 6 right here.
Yeah.
Give us 6. He didn't fucking gutter.
Oh, well. So let's go over the results of last week in our fastest 3 minutes of bowling. This is probably going to be the most exciting one we've had because it is basically the lead up to the playoff, but there was so much that went on. So to start it off, my gosh, Edible Panties had a shot at it getting in. They went up against Team 4, the Average Joes, minus Timmy. He's been gone for another week. We had Kyle come in as a sub, but I don't even know if we needed him because somebody had bowled a certain score that was very much opposite of what he did in the fall when he bowled 300, and this last week only ended up bowling a score with 2 numbers in it, but I'm not going to say it because he'll probably be embarrassed. But in any case...
89?
No, that's the year he was born.
Yeah. And who was that, Chris?
I think it was Matthew.
Oh, you're not supposed to say it. I didn't say it, Matthew. They said it.
Oh, yeah, he did. He yeah, we took pictures.
So, Edible Panties, as you know, lost and choked even worse than Chris that first game, that first night, and they ended up losing 32 out of 40. They had a great shot, but they didn't have such a great shot. So
they actually did better than Chris's team, right?
I think they did. Even with the 89 in there, they got more points.
Man, we took 6.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
They took 8.
There was a lot of teams though that had it in their hands and they all choked. But to go to the next pair,
How about we say it's choking, they gagging?
oh yeah, it was like your favorite team name, the Ball Gaggers. So
Yeah.
they definitely did a lot of ball gagging for the last week. And speaking of ball gagging, Team 7, the Hayways, Christian and Daniel against Team 3 here for the Better Halves, which is the Wives. And the Wives ended up pulling out a victory in the last night. So Christian's team choked. They choked in the pre-bowl beforehand against you guys. And they choked on the night of bowling. So it knocked them down in the standings. So they got knocked out of the playoff as well. And the Wives are up a little bit. So they did good. Good for them. It's been their first win in God knows how long. So it was nice to see that they got the win. But also, speaking of choke jobs, and probably what's going to be considered the biggest upset of the summer and the biggest shock was Team 6, Too High, Gino Clay and Craig Boren against the second place team, one of the strongest teams in the league, Team 9, which is, we got dropped, ended up losing all 40 freaking points to Team Too High. So Craig, we didn't pick your team to win, and it paid off. And it paid off huge. So you guys won and swept 40-0. And again, what can be only considered the biggest upset of the summer.
The one team who came in place ended up winning.
Yeah. And they're we'll find out if they made the, well, I think I kind of spoiled it. I think I did say they made the playoffs, but barely. So I'll go over the points here in a second. So the next pair was Team 11, Ballas. They went up against Team 10, Pin Pals, the resurgent Pin Pals, who also had to do a makeup week. But Pin Pals made Ballas choke. So Ballas ended up choking. Ballas only won 14 out of 40, causing them to get knocked out of the playoff hunt. So teams are just dropping left and right, including the Ballas. They had a great shot at making the playoff, but choked in the end. And Pin Pals stole their spot. And then Pin Pals afterwards ended up pre-bowling the week that they missed where they bowled the Wives. And they ended up beating the Wives 29 out of, or actually I think it was more than that. It was, I think, 34 out of 40, propelling them into the playoffs. So doing two things, knocking Chris's and Chris's Wives down, and at the same time they ended up making the playoff themselves. So kudos to Pin Pals and whoever took them in their power rank. I don't think anybody did. And let's see, we only got a few more teams to go. My poor son Peyton, also amongst the list of chokers, ended up choking it away, and they bowled again. It was him and Ricky that bowled up against Jose Beltre, the baseball player, and Mike Wang here for the beer. It was a great match, great bowling all around. Peyton bowled really, really good. And as a team, they bowled 1345, which is the third highest in the league. But because they were bowling Jose's team, they ended up taking the L for the night. They only won 14 out of 40. So Peyton's team, who needed the victory as well to make the playoff, also choked. I think that's like 5 teams have choked away the playoffs. So, but we saved the best for last, because on 11 and 12, which got moved to 13 and 14, Team Mark against Team Chris, and Team Mark soiled all their dreams and ended up winning 34 out of 40 against Chris. They took all 4 games in total. They barely gave Chris any points at all. Those are sympathy points, and ended up knocking Chris out of the playoff. We got balls in first place at 304, leading the playoffs, has taken the first seed in the playoffs. Pin Pals in second place, taking the second place seed after the Post Bowl and after the great night of bowling. They're at 237 with only 1 point behind them. We got dropped. Got knocked down to third place because of that 0-40 burger that they had to choke down against Gino and Craig. So they got knocked to third place by 1 stinking point. Fourth place, it should have been the Purple Cobras, but they got knocked out by Mark. Yeah. And Here for the Beer sneaks into the playoff hunt. They'll be bowling Mark's team, and they got in at 234. So between second and third place was only 3 points.
On the recount.
And Purple Cobras, unfortunately, not in the top 4, not in the playoff. They're in 5th place with 222. So in the finals, and the last 8 teams that are left that did not make the playoff, they'll have a position round next week. So 5th place is going to bowl 6th place, which turned out to be the Average Joes. How about that, Diego? And more than likely, we're going to ask Kyle to come back and sub. So it'll be Purple Cobras against Diego and Kyle. Managed to take 6th place at 211. Ballas got knocked down to 7th. They're at 209. They'll be bowling my son Peyton and Ricky. CYMG, they're at 204. So they're in 8th. 9th place is too high. After that 40 burger, they got knocked out of last place and all the way to 9th. They're at 202, facing Edible Panties, the disgraced Edible Panties. They're getting a mouthful of panties, and they are knocked down to 10th place at 200 even. 11th place is the Hayways Christians team got knocked down. They're playing last place team, the Better Halves, which beat them last week, so they might have a back-to-back loss. We'll see. And there you have it. There's the fastest 3 minutes. Let's see. What do you guys think about everything that happened?
Horrible. Bullshit. Stupid.
Well, of course you would say that.
I think, Chris, you got a good draw this week, Diego and Kyle.
Yeah, we're going to take. I can tell you now. This is going. It's going to be first place. We got dropped. Second place, Mark's team. Third place, my team, and then fourth is going to be Here for the Beer.
Wow, that's a bold prediction. Now, even though the playoffs are top 4, whoever gets knocked out the first week has potential of getting knocked down to the rest of the league, where they can even potentially take lower than the top 4. They can fall to 5th or 6th. It just depends on what the rest of the league does. So if you get knocked out of the playoff, you're basically thrown back into the loop and thrown back in the mix with the rest of the league on that final week.
Yeah, but we got like a 67-point lead on the second place team. So I think we're comfortably, if we lose tomorrow night, we're comfortably going to get third place.
Oh, easy. No. It's like a 90% chance that you're at least going to take the top 3. You'll be in first or second.
I didn't say they're going to lose the first round. I said they're going to take second. Yeah. So they're going to get the first top 2, and then we're going to take third.
So just to clarify the rules, whoever wins the next playoff in the top 4, the winners will face each other in the final, but those are the only 2 teams that are guaranteed first and second. Yeah. If you lose in the first round of the playoff, then the next 10 teams will face off in the position round to see who's going to take third, fourth, and so forth.
But definitely, like Chris says, he's got a shot for third place. But he would need us to win tomorrow. Yeah, because if we lose tomorrow, we're definitely guaranteed third. So the best you'd be able to do, Chris, is fourth. But if we win tomorrow,
It would
We
have
win
to be
tomorrow.
a monumental collapse. It would almost have to be.
No, the only reason y'all lose tomorrow is Ron is not there.
It'd have to be like an 0-80 run for 2 weeks in a row, back to back, for Chris's team to even have a shot.
He's got a shot for third place.
Yeah, we're gonna get third. We're gonna get third if Ron's there tomorrow, tomorrow. Then y'all take second for sure.
Actually, I'm looking at the scores. I hate to dash Chris's parade again, but Mark's team's 82 points ahead of Chris, so they shut you out by 2 points. So even if they went 0-80 and you went 80-0 for the next 2 weeks, then they would still beat you for third by 2 points.
But I don't have to worry. They're gonna win tomorrow. They're gonna win.
Yeah.
They're gonna win tomorrow.
Yeah, because if we do win tomorrow, Lee, we're going to be first or second place.
Yeah, all guaranteed.
And now we open Chris
For third.
to get in third. Yeah.
So that's best case scenario for you, Chris. If Mark,
they're gonna win.
now you're
If
rooting
Ron's
for
there.
Mark.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Ron.
This could be the
you're
first.
rooting for Ron.
Look, I might have to give it up tomorrow.
Oh no, you wouldn't. You
Ron
would give up
Ron
first
would
place
disown
just to
you.
get back at Chris.
Ron would never be on your team again.
So Mark's left with another win-win. If he wins, of course, that's better off being a winner. But if he loses, he could at least say, well, at least we know Chris can't take third.
Yeah, exactly. No,
How does Mark keep getting these win-win situations?
no, because of Ron. Ron puts him there. He doesn't do shit.
I don't know, but so during the fall, you're going to bowl with Chris Saunders during the fall. Who's your third guy? Diego?
Yago, yeah.
He's going to be 10 pins under his average.
Okay.
He's been coming on strong, though. So, I don't know. You may want to get in Diego's ear and tell him about that handicap management.
Yeah, he's been bowling good lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my team's looking for a bowler, but I'm thinking if Greg Carlton is planning on bringing back Elena, I don't know what he plans on doing. I might have a free agent that I may need to look for. I may have to throw an ad out on Facebook and see if anybody will want to.
Tina might be available. So.
Oh, what's going on with Camilla?
Well, Camilla got asked. Well, Tina didn't know if she was on a bowl because she liked bowling with Chris. So she said she might probably just sit out and just watch.
Oh man.
But Tina got picked up by Jose and Michael.
You mean Camilla did?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Camilla got picked up by Jose and Michael.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they bowl Friday nights. All right. Well, hey, that's not bad. She got a good team.
You know who could be available, Lee? And he may be listening to this podcast. I think Neil may not. I know Jared's not coming back, right? And then
we don't know.
No, Jared's not coming back.
I'm gonna lean on him though. I'm gonna throw some offers out there. Maybe maybe they'll change their mind.
I think he ain't coming back because I think Kyle retired him.
Yeah.
I think it's
humiliated him on the last night.
It's in the books. Kyle Howell retired Jared.
Yeah, and he was MVP of the league last year. So Kyle was your guys' ace in the hole, taking all them points.
Yep.
So
I know Gil wants to bowl. I'm pretty sure he wants to bowl. I mean, he's down there in the early league.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll find Gil a good team. I'm sure of it. If he doesn't find one on his own, he may end up just finding a couple bowlers from that early league to bowl with, because he's got a big black book of bowlers that he would know to get a hold of. So I would not doubt if he showed up with two excellent bowlers. And I'm going to lean hard on some of the guys from 2 years ago that were in the league, like Dwayne and Richard's team, and see if they'll come back. Yeah. And the Prides, let's see if they'll make a comeback.
What about old buddy Charlie?
Oh yeah, I ask him every year. He says yes at first, and then he backs out the last second. But they do hockey now, I guess, or something, and a basketball league. So they're very much into sports, them too. But I guess bowling is not on their high priority of sports, which is sad because bowling's the best.
That's too bad.
I mean, bowling's the best if you're like above like 80 years old, like Mark and Ron.
It's funny. It's pretty sad when a couple of old guys can handily beat you guys.
Well, yeah, because you know what? If you have no revs or no speed, I mean, when we throw the ball perfectly, and y'all hit the 6 pin and get a strike. That's all you have to do. Hit the 6 pin, and then boom, all the pins just
Come on.
and then all the balls just fall down for you.
Oh,
Well, you gotta start learning something.
this
hit the
is why
6
you're not a fan favorite, Chris, because you make fun of Mark.
I make fun of the old people.
That's not nice. Well,
He can make fun of me as much as he wants. He's on the losing end most of the time.
he keeps choking. Yeah.
All the time.
That's just one more story to add to the other long list of stories.
Until one podcast where I win. Gosh,
Yeah, we'll roll out the red carpet. We'll let you run the podcast if that happens.
man.
If that happens, well, we've got the 9-pin story. We've got the Greek church story. We've got a lot of stories, Chris. We need to find a way that we can get you a winning podcast.
And you're the only guy I know that's been on 6 teams in 3 years. 6 teams in 3 years.
What do they call that in football? That's a journeyman. He's a journeyman.
Yeah.
He's a journeyman.
I mean, some teams drop out before the first half even ends.
Yeah, it hasn't looked good in the past few summers. This is the first summer you've had a full partner, and Chris Saunders.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
I mean, I would have had another partner if Mark didn't bring up the freaking 9.
yeah, there was a 9-pin. There was a Greek church.
Oh no, the 9.
The 9.
She said, "Oh yeah, the girl Austin, the girl,
yeah.
the 9."
The girl 9, yeah. I remember that
Mark
story.
didn't bring that up.
I said,
If Mark didn't bring that up, I would have had a partner.
I asked her she was a 9, and then you went on. And then you took it from there.
Oh,
No,
man.
you brought it on the podcast.
That was, what was that's season 6, I think? No, 5, I think. Yeah, that was kind of a funny story on that one. If you guys are new listeners, you need to go back to season 5 when we bowled that summer league when Chris bowled and his partner was, Austin.
And he put his foot in his mouth.
He did. And that wasn't what pissed Austin off, though. You had, 8 fouls in one night?
Oh my God. Okay,
That was back when they first fixed the foul lights, finally.
I did. Yes, that is accurate.
So, yeah, there's been quite a few Chris stories. But we need to get a winning story together, so maybe you guys will win the fall league.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll have to do, like, next week when we do episode 9, we'll have to do a ranking, like you know how they do a preseason ranking for football and college football? We'll have to do a preseason ranking for the fall JB Trio. Who's the likely winners?
It'll be a winning season for him if he could have the same team he started with to the end of the year.
That's a win-win.
That would be a winning season. You had the same 3 guys.
Yeah, last year was Jake and Phil. They dropped out. Then it was Austin, and we could go on forever. Never mind. But yeah, but I have faith that Chris Saunders has made an impact on Mr. Woodmansey. So I think that you found a lifelong partner. So I think that he's going to be your partner. And Diego.
And just look, Saunders' average went down 10 pins since he started bowling, Chris.
That is accurate. That is accurate, but not because of that. He probably just felt like Tino.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the weird thing about it is he went down 10 just like I predicted, but Camilla dumped you and she's up 10.
She is. She's at 180 something.
Yeah, that's just incredible.
Well, actually, no, she went down to 179. Oh, well. But still, that's a lot higher than what she was in the fall. So, but all right. So it's now time to do our favorite segment, which I think we only got 2 more of these, do we? Yeah, we got this one and next week. So this one is definitely going to be important to set us up to see who's going to win that $20.
Yes, the big $20.
$20. All right.
Here we go with another segment of Beat Mark's Picks. This is for the $20. Actually, it's going to be it's $60, right?
60?
20 each.
Yeah, 20 each.
Oh, yeah, it is 60. Okay.
Yeah, so you get
I like
60.
that.
And Lee, you were one game ahead of me and Chris going into the week.
Yay. Yes.
And the results after week 2,
Uh-oh.
Lee and Chris tied 2 wins, 4 losses.
What?
Yes, 2 and 4. And Mark, 3 and 3.
Oh, that means somebody's tied.
So that means Lee and Mark are tied for first with Chris only 1 game back.
Wow, this is a critical week.
With 2 weeks left. And I'll tell you, we were disastrous the last couple of weeks.
I was about to say, it's been horrible. I mean, just like last week's bowling where everybody choked, we've been choking our ass on the beat Mark's picks. We're looking to be at 500.
Oh, it's been disastrous. If I just said, hey, I'll take the opposite of you guys, I'd be way ahead.
Yeah, probably. That's why we'll let you pick first.
Yeah, right. But it's been disastrous.
Yeah, it's not been. It's definitely not where. I mean, there's been a lot of upsets. I mean, just the we got dropped upset alone. The 0-40 burger that they dropped on too high. I mean, it's just been a crazy summer. But the first off, so position one might not be so hard. So we got better halves. So the first pair, we got better halves against the Hayways, a rematch of last week where the better halves ended up winning. What's the spread on this one?
33 pins to the Hayways.
Okay.
33.
That's because Camilla's holding them up. But it was actually Tina that's been bowling pretty good here lately. Let's see. So Chris has got a little bit invested in this. Chris and Chris. Let's see. I'm going to pick. Oh, man. You know, this actually might not be as easy as I thought. Last week, Christian's team had a chance, but they choked. I'm going to go with the girls because I think they may have found something. I think Camilla's happy about her new team in the fall. She's going to wind up bowling with a good league, good team. And so I'm going with the girls this time.
I'm going with the Hayways.
Uh-oh, you're doing the opposite. I knew it.
I'm going with the Hayways.
All right, Chris.
I got the Hayways.
For $60. You got the Hayways. All right, come on, girls. Don't sandbag and help Chris and Mark. Help me.
Yeah, I got the Hayways.
All right, next pair. We're moving on up. 9th place against 10th place. Team 8, which is Edible Panties against Too High. Too High riding that high off of last week's tremendous, epic blowout, comeback, upset victory over the 2nd place team against the Edible Panties, which had a disastrous week last week. So what's the spread here?
The spread is 66 pins to Too High.
Oh my gosh.
If any momentum happens here, now I'm going to let Mark pick first, but if any momentum has anything, you would think that Too High would be riding this high, but I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
I think Edible Panties will still win with Matthew Macy's 89 game.
Oh.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
You know what? In honor of Craig, and I don't want to fall too many points behind Mark, I'm going with Edible Panties because Craig hates when we pick them. He says we're a curse, a podcast.
I mean, I think it's a clear vote that who we got.
Yes, so we're all unanimous on Edible Panties. Yeah. All right, next pair. This is where it starts to get interesting. We got Ballas against Peyton and Ricky, CYMG.
So we got Peyton.
Ricky and Ballers. Eric.
I'm going to go with Peyton.
Oh, okay. What's the spread on that?
The spread is 13.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Again, just because I can't get too behind Mark, I got to go with Peyton's team.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And unanimous. We all got Peyton.
All right.
Oh, wow. Okay. Again, all unanimous. So far, it's just the girls that are different. All right. Next pair. Average Joe's against Purple Cobras. 5th place against 6th.
I'll go last.
What's the spread on this one?
The spread is 116.
All right.
No, it ain't. It's only.
I believed it.
Yeah. It's 66 pins.
Oh, wow. That's nothing.
It isn't.
Chris may shock us. He picked Mark's team to win last week, and that's what helped win him a point.
See, Chris knew it was coming last week.
Yeah, but I think I think they're gonna upset Diego's team this week. And I say upset because I think that Diego's team should be winning, but I think Chris's team is gonna pull up the victory here. Chris, I don't know why, he bowls better against his friends and his proteges, and he loves to pretend to be their teacher and then just dash their dreams.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to hurt Diego. Yeah, I think I'm going with Chris's team on the fact that Diego's not going to be himself.
Yeah, I got my team as well.
Oh, yeah. Big shock there. All right, now for the playoffs. So second against third, Pin Pals against We Got Dropped. Pin Pals in a surprising spot, but they've been on a big momentum last couple weeks. What's the spread here?
71 pins, and that's what their current bowler they got.
Wow.
This is Pin Pals versus We Got Dropped, right?
Yeah, right. So
and this is a lefty bowler. I don't know how this guy even exists. He's a lefty two-handed bowler.
Yeah, and he's not actually that bad. They didn't look that bad,
No,
71.
He wasn't. He was pretty good.
71 pins is a lot. I don't think the lefty was there last week, right?
No, he was. He bowled the regular week, and then he stuck around to bowl the makeup game afterwards. So he's already got 6 games in.
Oh, that other guy. Yeah, I was talking about the lefty for
We got dropped. Yeah, he was gone. It was summer again.
Yeah. God, I'm going to go with We Got Dropped.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with, man, I'm still tied with Mark. It's going to come down to the girls. But, yeah, I got to go with We Got Dropped as well.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable. It's going to be close.
Yes.
Of course, We Got Dropped.
All right, there's another unanimous pick. Jeez. Well, maybe this one might not be unanimous. The battle for first place is Mark and Ron. We got balls.
This is so unanimous. This is like the only one that's
here for the beer. I don't know. What's the spread, Mark?
31 pins.
Oh, my God. Wow. That's a lot of pins to give him. I mean, Jose Beltre, he could belt out a 700, and we don't know.
Yeah, he could keep it close with Ron. They've got a really good shot.
Yeah. So, Mark, you go last. Chris, you go first this time.
No, I already went first.
No, you did not go first once.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not. You go first.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, you're going to be shocked on who I'm about to pick. All right. Well, with great love and thought of this choice.
A thought?
Thought.
Oh, thought.
Thoughts.
A thought. T-H-O-T.
I choose to go with a person,
Oh, God.
a team of some sort, and their team name is.
We got an hour show.
Yeah, I know. He's stretching this thing out.
And their team and name and attributes and technique
And
everything above, all the above. Their team name is Here for the Beer.
oh, wow.
No, come on. Y'all are fucking
Well,
losers.
no, come on. You can't do that.
It's
I
locked
think it should
in.
be solid. It should be locked in.
It's locked in.
I think it should be official.
No, it's official.
All right, what's official?
That I choose to go with as my pick of the playoff running for first and second. I mean, I want Mark's team to win so I can take third. I want them to win.
That's the only way you can get third is if Mark's in the playoffs.
But I also want a point away from y'all, because y'all going to choose Mark and Ron's team.
Yeah.
I want a point away from y'all so I can catch up to y'all, because we're all even right now.
How do you know what we're picking?
Of course, it's common. It's easy. So, but I want to choose Here for the Beer.
I'm going to go and pick the opposite no matter what you pick.
Yeah, I want to choose Here for the Beer, but what lane are they on? What lane
11 and 12. Hopefully 11 and 12 if they're not bowl on.
Yeah, I got Mark's team.
All right. That could be strategy. for me and Mark, 31 pins. That's an awful lot. And my son just got done bowling Jose Beltran and Mike Wang last week, so I'm very familiar with them. They're damn good bowlers.
You're familiar with the Wang?
I'm familiar with Wang, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with the Wangy.
How it dangles?
How it dangles, yep. He dangled in front of us pretty much the
Pretty
whole
good.
night.
Did he do the little Helicopter?
He did. It was like Jackass when he had the little helicopter on the Wang.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, back to the picks. So I don't want to stretch this out as long as Chris did for 5 minutes. So I'm going with We Got Balls.
Yeah, I thought so. I knew it.
I'm going with We Got Balls. I need to get that 2-point cushion over Chris.
I'm going to go We Got Balls. So is it a unanimous or has Chris got the other team?
He's got the other team. He's going for Here for the Beer.
No, I didn't. I got We Got Balls.
No, okay. You did not say that.
I did.
You said Here for the Beard first.
No, I was just joking. I chose I got Ron's team.
Yeah, okay, so we're unanimous. Okay.
All right, so you're locking it in now. No changes, right?
Locked in.
Right.
Not even the night of. We can't change it on the night of. This is it.
Okay. This is locked in now.
It's locked.
All right. Okay, Chris, I just wanted to say the difference between fourth place and third place is $50. That's 25. That's $25 a man. If you had taken the other team against us, there's a chance that you could get into a tie with us and you could win $40, right? Because it's 60, take your 20 back, you can win 40. So in actuality, you would have been better off going for the win to win against beat Mark's picks. You'd make more money.
They should have.
Yeah, make more money.
But what I happen to recognize,
we still have one more week. We
do.
What I happen to recognize though is that Mark and Chris are identical picks.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So Chris is still going to be one down.
Yep. No matter what.
But if I beat you, Lee.
There's only one pair that were different, and that's the girls.
That's right.
And if the girls lose, I'm calling collusion. I'm calling collusion right now. So girls, give it your best.
Yeah, that's all.
No collusion going on here, please. Show that girl power. And I'll even tell you what Chris has been saying behind y'all's backs.
Not saying in front of their faces too.
There's quite a few you said behind their back.
Never.
I'm going to tell them if they win, so I'll let them win.
Never.
And I want to go over some awards for last week, namely Diego Sanchez, bowler of the week last week. So kudos to Diego, bowled 98 over his average. Kudos. For the ladies, we have Tina Saunders. She made bowler of the week, 31 pins over her average. So good job. High average is still Ron Reynolds. He's at 213 now. Brian Brewerman's way higher than what he was in the fall. He's at 203. And Jose Beltran, the baseball player, is at 202. Not exactly sure what's going on at Chris's house.
Yeah.
And Camilla for the ladies at 179. And Tina, the only other lady in the league, at 130, though. She cracked 130. And for the MVP race, it's not much of a race anymore. Mr. Mark Merchant, the Ancient Warrior, 62 points. The closest guy behind him is Diego at 55. It's pretty much a lock from here, but we do got 4 weeks.
Because Chris is going to take care of Diego tomorrow night.
He is.
Not going to be a chance.
It might be wrapped up before we even get to the last week.
Yeah.
And Camilla's got 45 points out of the ladies. So kudos to her. Let's see. Did we have any awards? We did. Diego Sanchez has 2 awards. The 500 series that he bowled for the first time this summer. And also 50 pins over his game with his 195 game. So kudos.
Right.
Good job for Mr. Diego. And Brian Looper, who was the new bowler, the bowler I mentioned that is the the anomaly, the left-handed, two-handed bowler. He bowled a 201 game, so he made the awards list for a 200 game with a over 165 average. So good job to him. Left-handed, two hands. That's I'm surprised a gate to an alternate universe doesn't open up because it's so rare that happens. Anything else you guys got?
Oh yeah, me and you won first place in poker.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did our poker league. The league ended. Now we're doing our position run in poker tomorrow. Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday. This Saturday. Yeah.
If he's got any luck like he has bowling, you guys are finished. I mean, Lee, you're finished.
Oh, don't say it, Mark. We can't choke it away.
Yeah.
So far, I'm the one that's been choking in our league. Chris has actually been holding us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took MVP. He was MVP of the poker league. So
maybe he ought to retire on bowling and just become.
Oh, that's great. I taught him everything he knows. Actually, Jesse.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And but that wasn't it. We had some more winning going on over the weekend. Chris, why don't you tell them what you did real quick?
I just went to Choctaw. First time ever being there, and if you know me, I don't like slots. I just table. I like playing the table.
Slots.
I don't like slots.
Oh, slots, like thoughts.
Yeah. I don't like that, but I did pretty good. I played roulette, played blackjack, lost. I didn't win nothing, so I put $100 in poker. Played poker with a group of 9 guys, and I ended up winning $300 off a $100 buy-in. I left, and then I went to go watch my wife play some slot machines, and I got bored watching her, and it seemed like a fun game, so I put $60 in, and I hit the jackpot, and I won $600 on that one $60 bot. And then the next day, I fell asleep after winning the jackpot, and the next day I went back to the same machine and put $50 in to win $460.
What?
Damn. Yeah, to win $460. And yeah. So it was a good night.
Damn, I'd say so.
Yeah.
So that's probably first beginner's luck at Choctaw.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, now they sucked them in to go again.
They'll get their money back.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the only thing that happened over the weekend. Me, Peyton, and Jake all showed up at Gino's game for his cash game. And I ended up breaking even. I took in 100, walked out with 100, thank God. And then Peyton took in 300, and he lost it within the first hour. And I talked him into, I said, Peyton, go ahead and put in another 50. And he puts in another 50, and then he goes on this unbelievable winning streak. He doubled up within the first half hour, so he's at 100. Then he doubles up again. He's at 200, and that's within, I think, an hour and a half. And then he had 2 giant hands where he ended up going all in against 2 other guys, so he nearly triples up. Now he's at 500, and it was a good hand. I think it was trip sevens or something like that. Oh, no, he hit a flush. That's right. He hit a flush on the river. But the big win was he had 500, and he's going up against the big wig at the table, Brian. I don't know his last name. But he shows up at Gino's card games, and he's one of the more popular guys. He's been playing like 10 years ever since he's only 28, but he's been playing 10 years. And him and his sister play a lot. She deals, actually. And I think you know who he is, Chris. So he goes up against Brian, and to cut to the end, Peyton doubles up again off of 500, and it's because he had a bigger boat than Brian. He had kings over 8s. Brian had 4s over 8s. They were both holding pocket pairs. Peyton had pocket kings, and Brian had pocket 4s. And it was a pair of 8s on the board with a 4 on the board and the king on the board. So they got 2 boats, and Peyton's boat was bigger. So Peyton ended up winning $1,000. He cashed out at $1,000, and I cashed out at 100. Jake Harmson, unfortunately, his losing streak continues, not only in our poker league that we do on Thursdays, but he lost $300.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it was funny, too, because he only walked in with 100, but just like I did with Peyton, we sat next to each other. I said, Jake, go ahead and put in another 50, see what happens. He loses. And then I said, well, Jake, you put in 150 once. What's another 50? He puts in another 50 and loses quick.
Peer pressure.
And then he's at 200, and so he's down 200. He says, you know what, Mr. Lee, I'm going to put in another 50 on my own. I go, okay, Jake, let's see how you do. He loses that 50, and then all of a sudden, we're joking around. We're like, well, you know, Jake, 250 is like not too far away from 300. What's another 50?
Oh, shit.
And he puts in another friggin' 50. I felt so bad. And he lost. I mean, he just could not get any cards at all. He lost that 50, and he ended up leaving like 2 hours early before we did. So he lost 300 within a matter of hours.
Oh, my gosh.
This is his first time at the big table, and, you know, he didn't do too well against those guys.
That's horrible.
He's probably never going to play poker again.
That's horrible. Yeah, that happened.
Oh, well. Another choke job story. This is like the episode of the choke job.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Choking the chicken.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this new podcast platform that we're having called Podbeam.
New pod.
Truly appreciate the feedback from y'all. If there's any, maybe we could do better or incorporate some stuff. Hear more of my voice and less of Mark. Let me know. All right. Well, tune in to find out who's in the final two of the summer JB trios or JB duos in this case. Tune in next time, and we hope to see you there.